So these hackings of big tech companies from ransomware groups, they are definitely very interesting. We see it happen a lot more often nowadays, right? So it's the whole concept of these big hacking groups or gangs. They hack into these big tech companies, they steal a bunch of data, and then they basically demand that, you know, hey, you better pay me a certain amount of money, otherwise I will release all of this data. And the data could include a lot of different stuff. It could include information on, you know, their customers, credit card details, that kind of thing. It could also include game code, which would make it easier to hack into said games, and so much more. I mean, pretty much just, you know, the sky's the limit. It's data at the end of the day. So it could be documents, it could be files, videos, anything. Well, yesterday there was this big story that broke where allegedly this ransomware hacking group called Mogilevich, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but they're a sort of extortion group, and it looked like they came out and claimed that they stole 189 gigabytes worth of data from Epic Games, which included email, passwords, full names, payment information, and source code. So yeah, I mean, pretty much everything you would expect. Now, right now, since this is a new developing thing, I'm getting a lot of information that is different, but right now, the status quo of right now seems to be that apparently Mogilevich, the hacking ransomware group, they are selling this data for $15,000 to anyone that wants to buy it, and there's a deadline of March 4th to purchase this data. Now, obviously, I don't think I have to point it out, but purchasing this data is, I'm sure, very illegal, because of course, if this is actually true, well, you know, it's data that was obtained illegally. Now, it does look like, as of right now, Epic Games is kind of remaining skeptical of this whole situation. They are saying that on their end, there is no evidence that this hack actually took place, and there's no evidence that this hacking ransomware group actually has this data. But it looks like they are obviously investigating it. Now, this lack of apparent evidence is leading some to believe that this is all basically a stunt to scam buyers with false information and basically try to get people to send them 15,000 US dollars all for nothing. Because yeah, like I said, right now, it looks like Mogilevich has not really posted any evidence that they do actually have this data. Now, it looks like this group, though, they have hacked companies in the past. It looks like they hacked into a Nissan subsidiary called Infinity USA on February 20th. That was just 8 days ago. And I'm seeing they've hacked other companies as well. But it looks like if this information is true, this is probably the biggest hack they've done. But yeah, all this broke because I guess this was happening on the darknet. You know, this post from this alleged member of this hacking group. Yeah, it was just a post on some darknet website that was claiming to have all of this data. And so, of course, you know, that does lead to some sort of skepticism that this is, you know, all fake. But I mean, hey, it wouldn't be the first time that a big company has been hacked for ransom purposes. So, you know, who knows? Definitely unfortunate, though, especially if this information, this data that was hacked, if it includes, you know, actual customer information, passwords, full names, payment information, stuff like that. Because obviously that's going beyond Epic being hacked, right? It's beyond a breach of their system. It's definitely a breach of, you know, a lot of other people and their security and their information. But of course, it's also very unfortunate for Epic, considering this alleged data includes source code on, I don't know, some or maybe even all of their games. Like I said, that makes it easier for hackers for those games. So like if they had the source code for Fortnite, might make it easier to hack into Fortnite. So overall, just a weird story because, you know, on one hand, if this is true, it's very unfortunate for a lot of people. But on the other hand, you know, it's just a big if. Nothing is confirmed right now. Epic seems to be very skeptical of this information. And like I said, this all kind of started from a darknet post. So we will have to wait and see what actually results from this. I hope it is fake. I hope it didn't actually happen. My only advice that I can give to anybody is probably very obvious advice, and that is to not actually purchase this. Not only could you possibly be scammed $15,000, but like I said, it's also very likely that it is illegal. It's unfortunate that these ransomware groups are able to do stuff like this quite frequently, it seems, nowadays. But that's just kind of the world we live in now, and it definitely puts a lot of emphasis on internet security and the safeguards that we have to have against these attacks. As we go on, it's just going to be more and more relevant that these big tech companies, and even just on a micro scale, everybody on the internet, that, you know, everybody just stays as secure as they can.